natural at this. She had been born for it. Wren had never felt more like a novice in her life. Her smile had come easily at first, her surprise at hearing the cheers as they opened the doors to the balcony, filling her with a rush of relief. But now her energy was waning. She had smiled and waved for so long her arm was exhausted. She was exhausted. It was no wonder. After all, she had grown up among the witches on the windswept beaches of Arthur in the west, far from the pomp and ceremony of Anadorn Palace and all the patience and decorum expected of a princess. "How long do we have to stand out here for?" she hissed. "All this waving is making me ravenous, and my head hurts." Rose grabbed Wren's free hand. She squeezed, and a warm pulse travelled up Wren's arm. Healing magic. A heartbeat later, Wren's headache was gone. "There!" Rose blew out a breath as she released her. "No more complaining." Wren refixed her smile and returned to waving. Her head felt better, but her chest was still tight. Despite her healing magic, Rose couldn't mend her sister's heartache. It bloomed like a dark flower inside Wren, reminding her of Banba. Barely a day had passed since her steel-eyed, fearless grandmother had been taken from the burning protector's vault by King Alarik and his ruthless Gevran soldiers. She had been hauled onto a ship before Wren could get to her. The memory of that awful moment plagued Wren's every waking thought now, the unfairness of it writhing inside her like a snake. Wren had become queen, just as her grandmother had always wanted, but Banba wasn't here to see it, wasn't here to help her. Instead, King Alarik, the young, feral king from the northern continent, who harboured a dark fascination with witches, had taken her prisoner. But Wren intended to change that. She had made a vow to herself and to Rose that she was going to find a way to rescue her grandmother from the icy maw of Gevra. Just as soon as she'd finished smiling and waving. Wren caught the moment Rose's gaze flickered down to the courtyard, where Shen Lo was reclining along the edge of the fountain that marked the entryway to the inner palace. He had one arm slung over his forehead to keep the sun from his eyes, the other drifting in the crystalline water. Wren could tell by his smirk that he wasn't sleeping. She didn't have to see his eyes to know he was enjoying the spectacle of Rose glowing in her natural habitat, and Wren squirming like a fish out of water. "Wren, look!" squealed Rose, grabbing her sister's hand again. "They're throwing flowers over the gates." Wren looked up just in time to see a bright red rose land in the courtyard, and then another and another. There was an entire bouquet scattered along the stones, pinks and yellows and reds and purples, and still more sailing over the gates. "Roses," said Wren with a chuckle. "They really do love you." "They'll love you too," said Rose, blowing a kiss to the crowd. A cheer went up. Rose did an elaborate twirl, garnering another. "Just as soon as they properly get to know you. As long as they don't start flinging dead wrens over the walls." "Oh, don't be so morose." Wren made a show of blowing a kiss to the crowd. More whoops and hollers rang out. Down in the courtyard, Shen was laughing, his teeth winking in the afternoon sun. "This really is too easy," said Wren, blowing another kiss. "Maybe I should do a cartwheel." Rose grabbed her sister's elbow. "Don't you dare!" Wren burst